Right, Lee. So we're live.
Hi,
So
Matt.
we had a chat yesterday. I've been aware of your story these last couple of well, certainly the last 48 hours. But
Yeah.
I've been I know you've been for probably a year. So do you want to just tell me a little bit about yourself? Just who you were, and because obviously we're going to do a few things together. So where did it all
Yeah.
start from you, Lee?
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for having me on as well. I appreciate it. From sunny Hartlepool. Um, I'm Banks lad, born and bred. Very, very proud. Um, left school, went to Wackham Grange, went and played football for Hull City. Couple of years apprentice, did a year pro, got released, come home. It was in the days of the Northern League, so you played semi-pro football, Jamie. You remember they used to get you a job as well. So I got a job in a warehouse over Darlington. And I would jack flashing tall trees every weekend, spending my money, partying. I had a beautiful little girl called Honey, and before you know it, I was no longer a kid. My legs started to go again, and I developed a severe drug habit, really bad. I was up to some naughty stuff at that time as well. Say naughty for me, and I was no Al Capone, but when you take drugs and you take a lot of them, you end up in bad circumstances. So I ended up in very bad circumstances. Ended up effectively homeless, Jamie. Alienated from my family and friends, and yeah, I was offered a job selling life insurance, and I got my head down, I got my ass up, and over the past 13 years, I've worked extremely hard to become the leader of the number one life insurance firm in all the UK from Middlesbrough. So very lucky, mate. The father of three beautiful children.
So you touched on football there. I mean, so you were a pro. You were on for Hull. I think it was the time when Mark Haley was the manager. So you were a striker. So basically, I take it all your hopes for being a young boy. You were going into this be. I'm going to make it. I'm going to become a professional footballer.
Yeah.
What kind of players were at Hull at that time, Lee?
Superb. So I played in the youth team with a lad called Adam Boulder, who went on to play for Derby County. Mark Haley was in charge. Warren Joyce took the job after him. David Rocastle, God bless his soul, who was just such a nice gentleman. And obviously his prime was just like a one-off. What a man. Them type of players, but as a kid I played up Middlesbrough. You know yourself, mate, we're a similar age, right? We know a lot of the same lads. Middlesbrough in the 90s was a hotbed for talent. Lee Matthews, John Woodgate, Stewie Downing, Paul Leach, God bless his soul. Craig Farrell, sadly we lost last week, God bless his soul. Leon Bowes, who passed away last year, God bless you. And honestly, you just keep on going and going and going. It was a conveyor belt of world class, top class footballers from our area. So I've been fortunate to play with some top people.
Mm. Uh, how did you deal with not becoming a professional footballer, drinking drugs?
Um, I would be lying if I said that was the reason I turned to drinking drugs. If you look at my upbringing, Winnie Banks, like yourself, you come off the estate in Middlesbrough in the 80s, going into the 90s. For myself, any role model, I grew up around one at the time. All my uncles were alpha males, hard men, dealers, whatever else it may be, bouncers. My old fella and my uncle were bouncers as well. So from the outside looking in, drugs was inevitable for me. It was something that was just the norm for me growing up, seeing deals, watching this, watching that. You experience a lot of things that a child really shouldn't do. So yeah, it wasn't because of football, mate. I was always going to go down that path.
So, I mean, I mean, we discussing a few things yesterday.
Mm.
Your story is quite remarkable. I was telling Sean Atwood about you last night, and it's very much literally like very similar to the Wolf of Wall Street. I know a lot of people, your close friends, will call you that. Can you tell some of your viewers why, what you've done, what you've achieved in such a short space of time? Where do you get the dedication to get up and I take it in like I'm speaking from my personal experiences. I had addictions years ago where now my addictions is working 7 days a week. The end of this year I'll have 25 books out, but I want to do 50 books, 60 books, 100 books. Is that where you've got it from? Is that what you're about?
Well, congratulations on your success. It's great to see anyone from Borough doing well. So hope the Borough, it's brilliant. For me personally, so I guess if you're going to talk about films, it'd be two roles. When I first started my journey 13 years ago, I had to go on a training course. I was that much of a dark place at the time, Jamie. I had to get I snuck a gram of MCAT. I don't know if you remember that shit. Like plant fertilizer. I snuck a gram of that on the training course.
No, do you know what? Yeah. Obviously, I'm quite familiar with that, with the word, because I've done the Paul Venice book. Right. But that kind of came, I kind of sorted myself out about 2004. So that came after that. So I'm not really aware of what actually is it to people who are watching. Can you explain what it is and what it's about?
Plant fertilizer. That's what it is. Plant fertilizer. I used to sell it for like, I went from being a cocaine addict with no teeth, no job. I lost my job. I lost my house. I OD'd 3 or 4 times. I don't think I was on cocaine. I'm pretty sure one of them was on heroin. I don't really know. That probably tells you. In fact, I don't know what I overdosed on or how many times. Tells you where I was. The fact that I stayed alive is just by the grace of God and my beautiful children who are my life. But yeah, MCAT come in and it was like, I think a gram of coke's 100 quid. MCAT you can get an ounce for 15 quid or something like that. So every addict in the UK, every fiend like myself in the UK was like, fucking hell, this is heaven sent. It's brilliant. You know,
do you know what? When you're telling me that, I'm like, bastard, how did I miss out on all that? No, I'm joking.
Thank you, lucky stars you did, brother. Believe me, that was dark. That you fucking stunk of it for days afterwards. So I stuck a gram of that onto the training course. The girl I was seeing at the time, God bless her soul, I've been very blessed. My kids' mums are fucking brilliant parents, they are. So I'm very blessed with that. And I've got the most beautiful kids in the world. But I went on the training course. The girl I was seeing at the time, she got me a suit at the next catalogue. 1 suit for a 5-day training course. She borrowed me a car to go down there as well, bless her. And I had to wear the same shirt every single day for 5 days. I was lost, little boy. I was scared stiff. My suicide notice had been on the 5th or 6th time. We were written out at home. I was going to do a header at Yarm train station in front of a train. I knew what time the train come. I was thinking everyone's just sick of Lee at this time. But around that time, I watched a film called The Pursuit of Happiness. I remember it, Will Smith.
No.
When I come off, it's a brilliant film. When I come off the training course, a metal fella joked about being The Pursuit of Happiness. I had a big backstrap and I didn't have a driving license at the time. I used to walk to and from appointments. I didn't even have a phone, I had a little Nokia burner phone. And I used to walk up and down to my appointments, run out with charge. But the 2 things you need, like a piece of equipment you need to be a successful salesperson, is transport, a car to get in, B, and a phone to phone clients. Well, I had neither. But somehow I made it work. You know, I'm from Winniebanks. I'm from good stock. Our family's good stock, and we've all got big hearts. And fuck it, I made it work. I mean, over the past 13 years, I've established myself through hard work, dedication, and a lot of help as the leader of the #1 life insurance firm in the UK officially. We've got like 100 advisors across the UK now. We're growing. We'll have 500 over the next 2. And I believe I'm the #1 salesperson in life insurance in the UK.
Was it something natural, or did you have to think, hang on, I want to get involved in this, but I don't have a clue, or were you like a duck to water?
Yeah, really good question, mate. So I think sales is a skill that can be taught. But you got to think, being an addict, a functioning addict for years and years and years, and being around people doing deals and watching this and that on the stage, I'm no different to thousands of lads off Teesside, right? We're all jack the lads. We've all got the crack. We've all got the banter. We're all quick thinkers. We're quite witty, right? When you've got a fucking burning desire and fear to do something for your beautiful children and make something of yourself and actually show people, you know, I'm not just a fucking junkie with no teeth. And I've lost all that. I wanted to make something myself. I wanted to prove people wrong. I wanted to do something for my family and for myself as well, for my own ego. You've got to have a big ego to be good at sales. And I've got the biggest one. So, is it natural? I'd probably pick up. I think everything you're going through right now is preparing you for life's coming attractions and opportunities. And man prepared me for that. I think I worked in it over the years. I'm definitely the hardest working person. You'll get on the podcast. There's nobody can outwork me. Not one person could outwork me. And I take major pride in that. But was it natural? Yeah, I'm a good salesman. I'm a better sales leader. I was a good salesman, yeah. Well, I was one of the best ever.
So what's your life like now compared to how it was? You know, I mean, I sat with you yesterday, and you know, it probably would be awkward if you said this, you know, because you're quite a humble guy. But I sat there and I was observing your designer clothes, smelled nice. You give me some of it. your Rolex watch, your big car. So it's everything the opposite of who you used to be. And that story to me is inspirational. You know, where's your journey going to end up, Lee? How big do you want to do? What do you want to do in life? Because you know, I've seen you interviewing the likes of Paul Venice and all this, but where's your path going now? You're 41, I think. You know, obviously, me and you are going to do a couple of things. But so what's your plan for Lee Flanagan? Because who you once upon a time used to be couldn't be a million miles, couldn't be any further to who you are now and who you're going to be.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for that, Jamie. I appreciate the kind words, mate. So in a lot of ways, you're on the money. You're totally right. But in some ways, I'm still that scared little boy. I relapsed last week in Barcelona. I relapsed with alcohol this time. Really, really bad. And we were named the #1 firm in the UK. And I couldn't attend the event to go and get the award because I was too bad with my anxiety. Panic attacks off the drink. If anyone suffers with addiction, mental illness, struggles with the wellness like I do, I was locked in my room, too scared to come out, dressed with a tuxedo, I couldn't leave the room. So a lot of ways I am different, but I'm not still the same man. So I can't say too much about the 12 Steps program because I'm new and I don't know the rules, and I don't want to disrespect people who've been nothing but loving and open to me, welcoming me into that fellowship. And I'm now working the program. It's very, very, very early stages for me, but I'll get addicted to that, and you know, I'll face it like a man, and I will be this mate for the future. I'm going to get clean. I'm going to get sober, get a better relationship with my children. With regard to Bespoke Financial, which I'm the leader of, we'll be the biggest firm of all time in life insurance, mate. We'll have 500 advisors. I'm going to help all them people achieve all their dreams and goals, and I want us to go down as the greatest of all time in sales. I believe that we are the greatest of life insurance firm of all time, and I think that we're the greatest salespeople of all time in the UK. Like, you think about that Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. Like, you know, if it was like a boxing match, me and him, I'd have him done in a round. He's not on my level. He's just a little con man from California. I'd have him done in 1 round. He's nowhere near me. And I say what the most humble heart in the world, but Teesside it's the fucking capital of sales greatness. Believe me, Jamie. I promise you, it's the capital of sales greatness. You think of Teesside, some lads I won't name names, right? But some lads you've had on and spoke to and done books about, how much fucking their intelligence levels are up there compared to mine. Their ability to sell is up there compared to mine. This area is full of greatness and untapped potential. And we've just found an area in life insurance and financial services and sales, and we're smashing the rest of the UK apart, mate, and long may it continue. So who knows where I'll lead? I'm open for everything.
So you obviously, we've got a mutual friend in Paul Venice. Yeah. Quite similar to you, addiction. He's now doing things. I'm trying to grab him by his scruffy ginger neck, slapping the shit out of him, dragging him, because I love Paul and I want him to do things that I want to do. When did you meet Paul Venice?
Cool. Well, the size of the man, I'd rather you slap him than me. Right? I spoke to him this morning, actually. I'm good friends with him, and his sister Amanda's someone I have a lot of respect for. I met Paul. We've got similar friends like Leon Scott and some other good lads who we've got similar friends. Sometime last year, we were introduced to each other. He come on the podcast, and you know, like ourselves, we just hit it off straight away. I'm really sorry, guys. Just walked past me in Hartlepool. I love Hartlepool, but it's quite odd. Someone's walked past me. Looks like Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. Remember the wrestler? Anyway, so I met Paul during lockdown. We've become really good friends, and I love the man very much. He's very, very close friend of mine. But Paul,
he's you know, I mean, my photo and your son kind of looks up to him a little bit, so I don't have any problems with him being a role model. Where 15 years ago, I couldn't have thought of anything worse. Yeah. But you know, it's funny you saying that, because I've just took time off from writing. I'm writing a 3rd book at the minute on Hartlepool, and it's called Monkey Business. Are you in the Headlands early?
I am, yeah. I've been over. So Frances lives here. She let me stay with her, and bless her. And I met one of my very, very good friends and mentors, Sean Hull, for a little walk and a run. So I love it. I mean, look at that there. People talk. It's what annoys me, right? It's why I go everywhere I go, Jamie, right? And every award we've won, I'm being very lucky at Bespoke Financial. We've won a lot of awards. I think we've won 27 trophies nationally over the past 7 years, which, I mean, for me to be part of that is fucking scary. Mourinho and Guardiola don't hit numbers like that. But everywhere I go, I take a big borough flag, kiss it on stage, because up the borough, that's where we're all from. It says Winnie Banks on the top of it as well. But look at that. I mean, we get so much stick about our area being this and that. It's the most special place on God's earth. It's God's country, this mate. So it annoys me when we get so much bad press.
Middlesbrough does get a lot of bad press. So obviously you're quite patriotic for Winnie Banks, West Lane area. Do you go back much these days?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, my nana, God bless her soul, she only passed away last January. Listen, the things about Borough lads, all my mates are still my mates I went to nursery and school with. My best mate, Davey Butler, Anthony I. All my best mates I worked with at Bespoke. Yeah, I'm always there. I was there this morning. I've just been getting my bald head scraped this morning at my mate Rico and George's place, the best barbers in the town. So it's my town. That's where I'm from. That's where I am. All the lads at the piss when I put stuff on social media, calling me the Wolf of Winnie Banks.
Yeah. So I was talking to Sean Atwood about you last night, and I said, Sean, listen, I've just spent a bit of time with this guy. You've got to get him on, and obviously we're going to do a few things. You know, because obviously sometimes I meet people and I think, well, do I like them, and then will it sell? Where now with your story, for what you've done from that to that, I'm like, you know, so I'm inspired by you. You know, very much kind of like Jack Bean, who you've had on the podcast, young lad I've got on tomorrow. So do you know what? In the greatest of respect, there's not many people from Middlesbrough who really do what you do, to think, hang on, yes, that was my life. I've had the addictions, I've had all the crap, but you know what? I'm gonna go about, I'm gonna do things, I'm gonna say, listen, that's a load of crap, and now channel my things into positivity, and that's what you're about, Lee, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Jamie. I really appreciate it. And like I say, it's great to see anybody from Middlesbrough doing well. It is very rare for someone like Middlesbrough for us. It annoys me that our team at Bespoke don't get the press they deserve. I mean, 27 national titles in 7 years, Jamie. It's unbelievable. If you speak to anybody in the sales arena, if you speak to anybody in the financial service industry, this team is like the great Barcelona team with Messi in them. It's that good. They're killing the rest of the UK off. But they're doing it with proper Teesside values, old school Teesside values. And my journey, I always thought my journey, Jamie, would be one where winning things, I thought that might fix me. It didn't. I continued using. I thought that being the best of all time at what I did at life insurance might fix me. It hasn't. I know I am part of the greatest team of all time. It hasn't fixed me. And I genuinely feel now the more I learn more about addiction, about myself and my struggles, I believe that God's kept me alive for some reason. I should have OD'd and died a million times over, right? But I think that my purpose might be, apart from my beautiful children, and this team at Bespoke, is to share my story and to say to people, you know, I went through this pain, and as a point of reflection, I want to share that in the hope of helping maybe just one person. And the beauty of our story is I could teach any single person to be a salesperson. We're the best in the country to do it. Anybody, I could turn them in a month. We've got a conveyor belt of wonderful salespeople, and they're all doing brilliant for the area. We can't always be Tyson Fury, so he's brilliant, but I'm not 7 foot tall. I can fight like fucking Sugar Ray Robinson, you know. So I can sell. So maybe it's a bit more of a real workman story because it's real. And if I can share my story and help one person who's going through addiction, who suffers with mental health, who doesn't feel fulfilled in what they're doing, then God bless, that might be our purpose, eh?
So anyone watching this, Lee, who wants to reach out, or any kind of business inquiries, or might be suffering from addiction, people are going to be seeing a lot more Lee Flanagan on my channel, on Sean Atwood, and all that kind of thing. I'm not going to really announce it yet, but we are going to do a few things. But how can people reach out to you, and if they want any kind of advice or anything whatsoever, how can they reach out?
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, well, listen, I take pride in the fact that I try and reply to every single message, every single comment, inquiry we get. Because if you want more of what you've got to give it away, right? You've got to share what you've got. What you share multiplies and grows. So if anybody wants to speak to me, you can message me on Facebook. Anyone who's on business can do it on LinkedIn. We've just opened an Instagram account up, which is just growing up now, and TikTok as well. We did this week. I think we've got 1 million views on TikTok, which is like, that blows my fucking mind. I know you're getting Jack on this week. We've got 5 million. followers. Like, what the fuck? But we went on there this week. But anyone can reach out to me if they want to speak about, if they want some help with a career, or they want to talk, or whatever it may be. If I can help me anywhere. I don't say I have the answers, because I definitely don't. Look at the fuck up I've made in my life.
So you've got your own YouTube channel. I'm going to put the link in here. So what's the YouTube channel called?
It's Lee Flanagan.
Just Irish Lee Flanagan.
Lee Flanagan, the Irish way. LeeFlanagan.
Right. So I'm going to share this, Lee, to many different platforms, and I'm going to put the link in this video. Lee, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. I'll see you tomorrow.
Jamie, have a lovely peace living in me. Thanks, everyone. God bless. Love the borough.
God bless. Ta-ra, brother.
Bye-bye, bro. Bye-bye.